Hello everybody and welcome back to Cities Skylines, where you'll notice that this looks like a very familiar situation. Yeah, I apparently forgot to save again. I explicitly remember hitting F1 and waiting for it to package at the end of last episode, but the save isn't there. I have gotten us approximately to where we were previously. Approximately. I've zoned out the Casserole district. I've done a little bit of zoning down over here, and I've done some work restoring where we were on this situation, this traffic situation here. We're not 100% back there, but I kind of feel like that's a good thing to some degree. I did put this back in. It's not exactly the same, but I feel like I want to just get rid of this intersection entirely. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that back a little bit. We're going to take this back a little bit as well. I didn't like the huge mess that we had going on here. I think that we can do much better than that. So we are going to take a 6-lane road, and we're going to bring this in underneath here, ideally. Okay, let's see here. This is minimally underneath. Okay, that sounds good. From here, we're going to bend that road over this way-ish. I want to bring this back a little bit, like that. And then we can have this come out like... I hate that. More like so. And then we can always expand this if we need to. I feel like we probably should right now. So let's go ahead and get that done. Now, there is no intersection here as it sits right now. This is now an overpass. So, we're still going to need connections here. So we're just going to attempt to bring in some on-ramps. So we're going to have one that comes over here. And that will be for going the opposite direction here. So we're going to have that be for going this direction. Then we're going to have one that, let me think here. I believe this one would need to come in like this. That slope too steep. Okay, that's exciting. We can have one that comes up over here, and that is for merging from this direction over into this direction. Okay, so we can go from here this way, and we can go from here this way. Now we need to be able to go from here this way, I think. This traffic is going to flow this direction. Right. So if we're here, this would be merging on. And of course, that's slope too steep right now. We can think about doing something about that a little bit later on. Okay. So something kind of like this. And then it needs to go up. Yeah, it would need to come up from here. Because this goes down very steeply. I think that's probably reasonably fine. We can probably work with that. For now, we are going to need one coming out over this way. And we need to get this connected in. The question is, how are we going to go about doing that? We can do it in a really ugly fashion and have it come out over... Where's that connecting in? Yeah. Have that come out over this way. And then it would just slowly snake its way around. Just slowly rising up to the correct level. Something kind of like... This is going to be really ugly. There's no doubt about it. But something kind of like this? That's hideous. But it is underground. So we can see how that goes. Give that a little bit to recalculate. And see if that starts flowing a little bit better. Okay. So that should be fine, in theory. I mean, not necessarily fine, but it should be a little bit better. We'll see how that goes. There's definitely a jam right here right now as they're trying to merge into different lanes. Yeah, we're currently crossing over this way, trying to go that way. And that is not something that we really should be doing. So we can take another ramp off over this direction and go down below. And then bring it in up over this way. And then not have this go this direction. So we merge on here and off here. Because traffic flows like that. And then, do we have another lane crossing? We should. Let's see. That goes here. This can go this direction or this direction. I guess that's fine for right now. We'll see how that works once this calculates up a little bit. We're likely going to have to take these up to 2-lane, which is acceptable. Let's go ahead and do that now, since we're thinking about it. Slope too steep there. Okay, now it's not. Sure. Okay, so we'll get those upgraded to 2-lane. What upgraded there? I think that was correct. Yeah, that seems to be correct. Cool. Okay, we'll see if that traffic starts moving a little bit better here. These guys... Oh, I did not mean to exit the underground view. These guys are turning off this direction, which is obviously not what we want. So I'm just going to get rid of that for the time being, and we are going to have them split off somewhere over here. And we want to page up from here, I believe. And then come over this way. Certainly not the prettiest, but if we were then to merge in over, not there necessarily, we could merge it in right here and see how that goes. But these are going to be crossing each other, and I don't really like that. Same here, actually. Those are going to be crossing each other. So I'm going to take this out of here for the moment, and we're going to have this come off over this way instead. And I'd love for it to branch underneath. We can't really go down under this, can we? No, that seems to be the maximum there. We are working on the highest height step. We could bring that down a bit. Yeah, this direction doesn't seem to work for us. So we would need to bring this up a decent chunk. Try to bring it around over this way. Like that. And then merge it in, like, up over here. It's a pretty wild system there. It's not pretty. There's no doubt about that. But it would be something kind of like that. This, of course, needs to be one way. So we'll just put that in. Ah, no. Not that one. Okay, we'll come back to fix that in a moment. Okay, let's fix that. There we go. Okay. That is ugly. There's no doubt about it. But it should, in theory, do a little bit better. That said, we don't want people going this direction here, necessarily. So we'll think about that. And yeah, we are having a bit of issues there. That's for sure. And I mean, a lot of this is because we have some awkwardness going on here. There's no doubt about it. But I think it's going to clean up. A little bit. We'll see. These guys are all trying to go this direction, right? That was being held up, I think, primarily by the stoplight here. Which I did change those previously. And I didn't actually get rid of that. So that stoplight goes away, and we want to have this lane stop, but these are priority. Okay. Cool. And then this up here, I did the same thing. We removed the stoplight here, and we said, you stop, and this is priority traffic. Okay. So let's see how that goes. Okay. These guys are stopped here. We definitely need to do some signage here. So let's go underground, and we will say that this yields. This yields. This is fine as is. What else do we need? This yields. And this would yield. Cool. And is this a stoplight right now? It should not be. I do not believe that it is. What do we got going on here? There we go. I do not believe that this is... Oh, it is. We'll get that changed. Perfect. That does not need to be a stoplight. So things are definitely a little bit cleaner here. I'm wondering why we are parked here right now, but I think it is an attempt to merge onto here. That is a stoplight. We are just going to make that uncontrolled for the moment. I want this to be priority and these to yield. Priority. There we go. Okay. Obviously, we're still going to have a bit of an issue over here. There's no doubt about that. I don't expect us to fully solve this, but it has definitely spaced it out. There's no doubt about that one. And we want this traffic to just continue to flow. We have a backlog to work through. Let's speed it up and see how that ends up going. This merging down to 2 lanes of traffic is exciting. That is for sure. Didn't we make this one way to go this direction? I feel like we did. Why is no one picking up our trash? Well, the reason why no one is picking up the trash is, in fact, because of traffic. But I did put in the waste transfer facility over here, so we should have that cleaned up soon. And it, in fact, does look like we have a good amount of that done. There looks like a trash pickup issue over here still. And we could definitely do something about that. But there is one right here. And we could put in another waste transfer facility over this way if we can find a spot to put it. That's a big if. We could simply put it right here. There. Like that. Okay, that should cover this area over here. Sounds good. There is some residential demand. We do need to start developing a residential island, and this will be that island. That'll be fine. So we're going to need to run a tunnel down over this way. But for now, I'm not too concerned about that. Okay, 13 out of 20 waste transfer trucks over here. Sounds good. So how's our traffic looking up over this direction? Well, that looks spicy. Spicy indeed. But this is flowing reasonably well here. What do we got going on underneath? Mostly just trying to merge down as we're coming this direction. Not sure why we're stopping here. That should not be the case. This is marked as priority. Are they attempting to turn? Yes, they're attempting to turn. Okay. That's not really ideal, but it'll do. Man, this is wacky. We've got some spaghetti strands going on there. No doubt about it. But this is flowing a lot better. I'm not going to call it perfect, but it is certainly better. Are you guys attempting to turn this way? Yes, you are. You are succeeding. Occasionally. Okay. This lane merge here is a bit of an issue as well, as people are attempting to merge in for these lanes. I'm wondering what our turn lanes are right here. Okay. I want lane 2 to also allow turning. We have 2 lanes here, so that'll be fine. As far as... well, that's the only place where there's really an issue. So we'll try with the 2 lanes. Yeah, now we see 2 lanes turning. That is good. What do we got going on over here for our turns? Right. So for lane 2, we're turning this way or this way. For lane 1, we're only turning this way. I want to allow turning in both directions for both. Funnily enough, we don't allow straight turning or going straight here, but I think people are going straight. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what's happening there. So that's fine. So this is certainly an improvement. There's no doubt about that. There's a lot of traffic wanting to come down this way, though. But I'm wondering if this is cleaning up or backing up or actually remaining about the same. We're still having garbage? Okay. There is literally a recycling center right here with only 9 out of 15 garbage trucks in use. There's no excuse for this. None whatsoever. Here comes the garbage trucks. And off they go. They're ignoring this. Okay. Now, up over this way, we've definitely got this police station to rebuild. And we need to repair this section of street again. And this section of street as well. Then we can bulldoze these searched areas. Our city needs more water. Okay, we'll look at that in a moment. So we'll get rid of these searched areas that the tornado hit. Perfect. And as far as water goes, yep, we do need a water pump. Cool. So we'll put in a water pump over this way. And that should be solved. There we go. Our water consumption is the same as our water draining capacity at this point. Perfect. Okay, so we need to decide if we think that this is cleaning up or stagnating. It looks to me like it's cleaning up. Except for this situation over here. Is this stoplighted? I believe this is. So really, this is indeed stoplighted. Let's just let these guys go on through. Where are all the garbage trucks? Sitting in their facility for some reason. Like, not doing anything. Only 4 garbage trucks in use right now. Now, maybe we need to have more capacity for our waste transfer trucks. How are we doing on our garbage processing? That's still fine. That appears to be fine. So I think that we've just got a bit of a deficit here to work through, and our garbage will get solved. I think. Assuming that our traffic remains reasonable. Now, this situation over here is fairly packed. But traffic isn't really backing up. I think this is mostly because of this harbor. Yeah, this is very busy here and not a particularly direct route. So that's definitely something to think about. This is definitely cleaned up. I'm not going to call it perfect, but it's a lot better than what we had. So I think overall that's good.
You got your trumpets, your bass, your drums.
Traffic is flowing through here reasonably well, with the exception of this ramp here. People are trying to turn this direction, and I think we actually need to forbid that. So we come in here, and we tell this, no turning allowed, going this way. Both of these are turning this way. You're going to have to pathfind differently if you want to find your way onto here. So that should clean this up. And the question is, what other traffic problems will that create? What will be the pathfinding now for people wanting to go this direction from here? Well, they're coming in like this way. So what we really should do is have another ramp that comes out over here and merges onto this. Something kind of like this, although that's a little bit hideous. Maybe back from over here where the other one is. We can't really get that. That's definitely hideous. But that will provide additional throughput up over this way. Until we get to here, I'm not sure what this merge-in will look like. But we'll see how that goes. Cool. Well, this is definitely a spaghetti strand intersection. There's no doubt about that. We have created a wonderful bowl of spaghetti. And now this is filling up as these guys attempt to merge in. Really, this should be turn only as well. So we are going to hop down over this way and tell this, you're only turning. You are not going this direction. If you want to go around, you're going to have to turn around here. I don't necessarily know how great that is, but that will send them through here rather than through this intersection, because this needs to not allow going straight. Okay. So this merge, I always thought could potentially cause some issues. We'll keep an eye on that and see how that goes. But overall, I think that this is broadly better. What are you guys trying to do? Just go straight. There's not really any turn here. Why are you stopping here? Why are you stopping here? You're just trying to merge into a different lane? Is that what's happening? Why are you stopped? And it despawns. Okay. I think that one was just bugged. Cool. So one thing we could do is remove the strain of this merge by taking this out and taking it instead in parallel up over this way and merging it in further up. Kind of like that. That is one thing that we can do here. And from here, we want this to only be going this direction. Cool. Okay, so that will reduce the strain there. This should not be a stoplight. Thank you. We should have these guys yield. There we go. And that's definitely flowing better. I don't love the cross traffic here. Let's not allow that. And tell both of them that they're only allowed to go this way. Cool. Similarly, this one, I would say that these are only allowed to turn... Ooh. Okay, these are only allowed to turn this direction, ideally. Okay. We'll see what that ends up doing. It makes it so that it might take a little bit longer to get to their destinations, but as long as it doesn't create traffic backups, I think that's worthwhile. And this is definitely a bowl of spaghetti. I'm going to make sure that I save it here. There we go. Fantastic. So we've got ourselves our spaghetti strand intersection. It is beautiful. It is absolutely perfect in every way. And it flows traffic very, very well. So checking up over here, our next traffic flow issue appears to be this intersection. Now, this is unsurprising to me that merging down to a single lane here is problematic, or actually to 2 lanes. That is pretty unsurprising to me. And then this merges down to 1 lane here. But broadly speaking, boy, more garbage up over here. That's a lot of garbage trucks. Okay, so we can see that we have a lot of garbage trucks in this line here that is attempting to get onto this highway. And that's kind of struggling a bit to get onto that highway. I believe we eliminated this road previously. And that makes things a little easier. There we go. So we do already have 2 lanes of traffic attempting to get on here. And of course, they can only go the one direction. They both go this way. But it's pretty clear to me that we need additional throughput on this intersection. The question is how to go about doing that. Because this is the major backup for us now, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, this is a problem. I'm not sure how I want to address it just yet. Well, for one thing, these turn lanes are not ideal. We should definitely have this lane here, allowing going the other direction, as well as straight. Like that. Hello, pause menu. Okay, so that should clean this up a little bit. We can definitely see that there is decent movement here. Okay. Another thing that I wouldn't mind doing is making it easier to get from here onto this highway. So we could take a ramp off over this direction, or maybe off over here. Okay, that's very, very low. So we would need that to come out over this direction. And we'd love to merge that in over here. I think we already did this last episode, but we can merge it in something kind of like this-ish. That's still sloped too steep. That is covering a broad distance there, for sure. We could have it come out up over here instead, but I believe this was something that we did previously. I didn't remember it, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. So this needs to go down or up. All of that is sloped too steep. Okay. Interesting. Did we branch it off up over here and bring it up? Like this? We may have. Bring that up to like here. Up to about here. And then bring it in over this way. That's just sloped too steep. Okay. We're going to have to curve it up a little bit like so. As high as we can go without getting space already occupied. Okay. Yeah, that gives us space already occupied there, so bring it in kind of like this. I think we could move this high school. That is an option. Oh, this is not in the right place. That explains what's going on here. That makes a lot more sense, if I'm honest. Okay, so we're just going to bring this up partially. Like so. Yeah, we just can't quite ease that in there. We could bring it up over here and merge it in up here, though, potentially. Interesting. We're right at the surface here, but this is giving us slope too steep. Like, we're just below the surface here. I would love to bring it in here. But I suppose we could try to bring it in up over this way. Sure. I guess that works. I'd prefer to have it down here. And I think we found a way to do that previously. So let's work on that real quick here. This tunnel is, of course, considered on the top. There we go. I really do want it to come in over here. So, we're going to bring it in like so, bringing it up maximally. And then bring this around, bringing it up maximally as well. That slope too steep there. This is allowed. Okay. Something kind of like that. Bring it in like that, and then like that. There we go. That does the trick. That's what we were looking for. So that'll relieve pressure on people going this way and then down here to get onto this highway. That's the plan. Fantastic. As far as this merge on goes, part of the reason of this was to reduce the strain on this intersection. But this merge is definitely a problem for us. Okay. I do think that maybe the yield sign is a little much, or that's a stop sign. We'll make that a yield sign. That should flow a lot better so that they don't have to stop here. They just have to yield. That should make it a lot easier to merge on here. Beautiful. Okay. And we can see that there's a lot of people utilizing this tunnel. Of course, that crosses this lane of traffic, which isn't ideal. Not ideal at all. But it should, as this reduces traffic, it should, most of the traffic will come out of this tunnel. So that's fine. Is this bi-directional? Is this road two, not one way? I thought I made this a one-way road. I did, but it merged down. Okay. That will make things a lot easier. Cool. Both of these are attempting to come up here. Yeah, basically everyone is attempting to go this way on the right highway. Well, that's okay. At this point, I'm going to make sure that I save. There we go. And next episode, this merge becomes our problem, but I think that we can safely say that this is largely dealt with. This is a bit of an issue. There's a lot of traffic flow there and a lot of traffic flow here as well, but we're definitely making progress on getting this cleaned up. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, Sigma162, JJ Gamer, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time. You may be able to hear this. I'm actually adding a waste transfer facility in the Casserole district before we go here. There we go. There's a lot of waste management issues out over here, so a waste transfer facility there should help out quite a lot. And now, I will see you all next time.